got to give a lot of credit to Lance Davis. Obviously, threw an incredible game. He's gone back-to-back complete games, kept us off balance, never got anything going offensively. Barreled a couple balls there in the middle innings, but right at guys, and then never really gained any footing. Maxiell was competitive, gave up a couple home runs, which he hasn't done basically all season, but the guy competed, gave us a chance to win. If you go 6.2 innings, give up 2 runs, 4 hits, 9 punch-outs, you're going to be in every game. Some positives, Huther got back in there, threw nasty stuff, got a punch-out. Montesa came out of the bullpen for the first time this season, and it was really electric stuff. He was 1 pitch away from going 3 up, 3 down. He had 0-2 and missed a spot a little bit with the fastball, but he was throwing 98 miles an hour with the best slider he's thrown all season by far. So really excited about what that looked like and the possibility of that. He's always had a rubber arm and can bounce back and always feels good. So pretty interesting there. And then Josh Saragal did a nice job. He's hard to hit and been hard to hit all year.
Steve, it didn't look like Davis was overpowered, but still done what was it that he was doing well that kept it.
Yeah, so essentially he throws 93 to 96, and there's a lot of run on the fastball, so arm side run, but then he throws a 91-mile-an-hour cutter, so you just have 2 firm pitches that are going 2 opposite ways. And so hitters have to make a decision a little bit early because it's firm enough. It's 94, so you kind of have to make a decision. And if you sit in the middle, you basically cap cutters and you get jammed by fastballs if you're a right-handed hitter. And lefties saw him a little bit better today, but in general just competed. And then what he really does well is that he throws about 65% strikes, so there's just no free passes. There's very limited hit by pitches, and so if you want to create offense, you have to slug and hit a pretty good mix of pitches.
Steve, you mentioned X having given up home runs this year. The way he bounced back, I don't think he ever did that in the second.
He got better. I thought after the 5th that was going to be his night. He wanted the ball, and then he got better in the 6th, and then he got better in the 7th. We just thought that he got to a pitch count that was comfortable for him with what he's been doing. But, yeah, he looked better in the later innings than he did early.
When you're facing things like that and you're having the problems that you described, is there really anything you can do other than just try to stick to their plan, their approach? I mean, any major changes you can implement?
Yeah.
Doing in the game?
I think, there's some like small opportunities and some turning points that like didn't go our way. We tried to steal a base. Like, he's pretty quick to the plate, but we thought we had a little bit of rhythm on him where we could maybe, get a momentum steal, and that didn't work out. We gave Tyrus Hall a bunt early, and he took a strike, which we would have liked to get down. Just something to change the momentum and the rhythm of the game. Guzman had a bunt opportunity that he fouled off. And so it's like you just needed to put more pressure on the guy over the course of the game. Like, he needed to throw more pitches. He needed to have some runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. If you can do that, you get a guy's pitch count up, and all of a sudden, like, the cutter quits cutting or the fastball's down to 91 and it doesn't get in on your hands, right? So it's just like over the course of the game, it was easy for him. And so I felt like there was some small opportunities, but sometimes those opportunities come if he hits a guy in the ankle or the shortstop makes an error or something along those lines, and it just didn't really happen for us tonight.
Depending on the outcome of the Kansas State, does that change how you might approach tomorrow's game?
I think we got a top 2 pitcher in the league starting, and so like when he has the ball, it's always about him pitching and having the ball. So I think we approach it the same way. It's just like you're going every game that we've played the entire season. The intent has been to win the game, and I think when you start fluctuating with any of those processes, like the players feel it, the team feels it, and you have a chance of like altering momentum. So like regardless of the situation, I think you just go attack to win the game, period. We had a really cool senior dinner on Wednesday, And so we presented all the seniors with jerseys. We had all their families there, spent time with them. So that was cool. We'd never done that before. I thought it felt a little bit more genuine to like address that group and talk to them about what they meant and just how proud I am of what they've done. And my belief is that they're prepared for life after baseball because of the experiences that they've gone through here. And so tomorrow for me, it's really hard to like appreciate the moment because like we're trying to compete. So like the reality is that I'm not really interested in senior day. It's just the truth. Like I'm really interested in our seniors and our team and their families, and so that's why me personally, like I needed to do something before because I'm not very nice on senior day. It's just not of interest to me, so I got to spend a whole night with their families, and I thought that was the right thing to do for me.
Coach, with all the momentum you guys have built up with the win streak and coming into the series, do you worry or think that there's enough chance of Lane coming out of the sales kind of thing?
Yeah, I think last year was like the opposite. Like we were like limping in to this situation, and we were making lineup changes, and we were scratching and clawing and fighting to like gain a little bit of momentum. So for me, I'm like, right, we've given up 3 earned runs in 2 games and won some ungodly number in a row. I'm like, I'll take it, man. Let's move on. Let's flush it and see if we go win a series tomorrow, like we've been doing all year.
Steve, has there been another series this year where the starting pitching on both sides has been this good?
No, I think this is the best. This is the best I've seen. TCU does not lack stuff or velocity. They're beat up on the position player side right now. They got some injuries, but those 2 guys that we faced, that's as good a one too that we've seen all year, in my opinion.
Are there any changes to the lineup that may come tomorrow with the way the hitting was today, or is it going to be the same guys that go out there?
Yeah, the lineup's been interesting because probably for at least 3/4 of the season, there was a lot more changes and spots and ups and downs, and we played around with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 through 3 has been relatively consistent, but we even messed around with that a little bit. But I think at this point in the season, it feels like with this particular team, because how well they've played and how well they played down the stretch, and just my belief in the talent level, I've kind of said this entire season where like I believe that we're talented enough, we're competitive enough, we have great pitching, great defense. I feel like the lineup's kind of been writing itself a little bit, where normally there's like so much thought. Like I sit up at night in the shower and there's steam on the shower, and I write lineups all the time. Like that's my thing. Like I'll sit down in the shower and I write lineups on the glass, and I scratch it and I write it in steam, and I do it all the time. And probably for the last 2 weeks, I haven't done that because I feel like the kids have kind of like earned and molded into those spots. And there's been games we scored 15 runs, and there's been weeks or a couple games where we won and didn't score enough runs. But I kind of like how I feel like the last few weeks the kids show up to the yard and kind of know what to expect. But hell, I might start writing lineups if we don't score runs in the steam again. So we'll see where it goes.
Wife complain about the water bill on that?
Yeah, probably. That's a weird quirk. Yeah.
There's probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. So do you watch it or do you even?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. How can you not, right? My wife and I were on ESPN Plus last night, watching that thing, and I really have learned just over the course of years, I don't get obsessed with it. I'm not like living and dying with like 3-2 umpire calls on the outside corner, hoping for strikes and stuff, just because the season's too long and there's so many scenarios. Like, and I've been in those spots where late in the season you're a bubble team, and so you're rooting for, like George Mason to beat Virginia on it or whatever, right? Conference tournament stuff, and you're like sweating that out. And I've just learned years ago, I'm like, well, my job's already really stressful, and so like I don't need to sweat out these other people's games. Like I just stick with my team for the most part. And so watch it, but don't get obsessed with it. Yep.